Well, Black and White Network, it is absolutely astonishing to all of a sudden see the Democrat Party fall apart. The Democrat Party has actually been fractured for a while because, of course, you have the pro-Hamas people in the Democrat Party. They have vowed not to support Joe Biden. And then, after the debate, it's all over for Joe Biden. All over. The mainstream media could not even hide Joe Biden. He went out there, he laid an egg, he wasn't functional. And now, the Democrat Party seems to not want anything to do with Joe Biden again. Because you got to remember, guys, it's not just Joe Biden on a Democratic ticket, maybe, in November. It is other people down the ballot as well. And there's no doubt about it that Joe Biden is going to severely hurt the other candidates on the ticket going up against a Republican. It's projected, guys, that the House, which only has a slim majority for Republicans, they may end up getting something like 20 seats or something like that. And the projections for the Senate is that it's going to be a Republican majority. So therefore, the Republicans are projected to have both houses of Congress and the presidency with Donald Trump. Democrats are freaking out, but to be honest, guys, they did this to themselves. They didn't want to have a real primary. They really did oppose anyone challenging Joe Biden. And now after that debate, the gloves are off, man. People don't want anything to do with Joe Biden. They've seen the polls for the past few months or so. All year, really. They know that Joe Biden cannot beat Donald Trump. But now all of a sudden, and I believe this is one of the reasons why the Democrats wanted this debate early, is because it will give them an opportunity to drop Joe Biden. Now, not a lot of people have actually come out and said, yeah, Joe Biden's got to go. But now the first domino has fallen. Let's get into this, guys. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Remember, live stream every single Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you watch it on Rumble, click the join button to get access to the same thing. And you guys can also support us by becoming a member at blackandwhitenetwork.com or joining us on Locals for just $5 per month. Here we go, guys. Look at this here. Rep. Lloyd Doggett becomes first sitting Democrat to call for Biden to withdraw. He's basically saying, man, you ain't beating Donald Trump. And that's pretty much what he said. You're not beating Trump. You got to go because essentially you're going to hurt other Democrats down the ticket. Now, we have to see what happens because if Kamala Harris is next in line, and we know that the Democrats really don't want her because her numbers are just as bad as Biden against Trump, if not worse. And if they don't go with Kamala Harris, black women are going to be furious. But either way it goes, man, like I said before, Trump is inevitable, man. It says here, the first domino fell Tuesday. Rep. Lloyd Doggett, Democrat from right out here in Texas, called for Beijing Biden to step down from his campaign for re-election to the White House. Doggett's announcement followed a horrendous debate performance for Biden, universally panned by media and voters. Few Democrat elected officials have rushed to Biden's defense, but Doggett is the first to officially announce Biden should step aside. And you know what, guys? The cold narrative, nobody was buying that. Nobody, not even Democrats, man. I don't know who exactly started that Biden had a cold, but nobody was buying it. Look here. Quote, for more than a year, many Americans have indicated dissatisfaction with their choices in this election, Doggett said in a press release. Beijing Biden has continued to run substantially behind Democratic senators in key states and in most polls has trailed Donald Trump. He continued, I had hoped that the debate would provide some momentum to change that. It did not. Instead of reassuring voters, Beijing Biden failed to effectively defend his many accomplishments. What accomplishments? I don't know. and expose Trump's many lies. We keep hearing about Trump's lies, but they never say what those lies were. They never do. But this man is in full-blown panic, man. Full-blown panic. Dodge commended Biden for his long public service, but he pressed forward with his criticism of Biden's ability to campaign effectively over the past year. Well, where were you in 2020? Because Joe Biden didn't campaign at all. Remember, he stayed in his basement because of the Wuhan virus, even though when he would actually go out, nobody showed up. Donald Trump had a big crowd. But we're long past those days now, and Joe Biden can't hide. He can't hide. Quote, our overriding consideration must be who has the best hope of saving our democracy from an authoritarian takeover by a criminal and his gang. Oh, my God, he said. Too much is at stake to risk a Trump victory. Too great a risk to assume that what cannot be turned around in a year, what was not turned around in the debate, can be turned around now. My question is, who do you actually propose to replace Biden? And there's people that really do believe that that the Democrats, if they actually drop Joe Biden, it's actually going to hurt him more. Either way it goes, it seems like the Democrats really didn't have a plan in the first place. They knew what was going on, but I guess, they were too arrogant to say, you know what? We probably should have had a primary. Remember, RFK Jr., they wanted to keep him off the ballot. That's why he actually went independent. RFK Jr. saw the writing on the wall that, hey, these Democrats, man, they're trying to rid the primaries and they're not going to let me participate in the primary. That's why he's independent. But I still consider RFK Jr. a Democrat. Goes on here, it says, Dodge went on with a personal plea to Biden. Quote, I represent the heart of a congressional district once represented by Lyndon Johnson. Okay, Lyndon Johnson was a racist Democrat, but anyway. Under very different circumstances, he made the painful decision to withdraw. Beijing Biden should do the same. The Texas congressman referenced Biden's promise to be transitional, continuing, Biden has the opportunity to encourage a new generation of leaders from whom a nominee can be chosen to unite our country through an open democratic process. Thing is, you guys had the opportunity during the primaries. You didn't want to do it. You didn't want to do it. It is too little, too late. Dodge closed saying he did not come to his decision lightly, but that Beijing Biden's first commitment has always been to country, not himself. Really? He's enriching himself. But anyway. And he is hopeful that Biden will make the painful and difficult decision to withdraw. I respectfully call on him to do so. Well, during the primaries, man, pretty much the only option was really Joe Biden. That was it. But now 72% of registered voters believe that Beijing Biden does not have the mental or cognitive health to occupy the Oval Office. Well, I'm not shedding any tears for the Democrats, man. I'm loving this chaos. I really am. Because they played themselves. They thought that the convictions or the conviction of Donald Trump would actually help Joe Biden. They did the opposite. It did the opposite. Now, they sent Joe Biden out there on that debate stage, and it completely backfired, guys. I love it. I really do. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.